Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Colorado Avalanche franchise mode. So in last episode we had the second round of the playoffs, and unfortunately we got eliminated by the Calgary Flames. So yeah, we're not going to be considered technically a dynasty, because that would have been if we would have won the cup this season, it would have been like our third win within 5 or 6 seasons, I think. But as you can see, we lost this series in 7 games. Yeah, okay. It's been a while since I've recorded an episode. Like, I think it's been almost like 13 days, which is pretty ridiculous. So yeah, I might not remember much stuff, just like what happened with last season, because I like to like pre-record a bunch of episodes just so that way I have like time to do other videos and stuff like that. So anyways, let's get into this off season. So what was in the draft class again? So we're probably going to be drafting around 24th or something, I would assume. I'm not aware, but so there's a gem that could be an elite guy. That might be interesting if we have the chance, but he could be just a top 6 forward as well. But I don't know why he would be a gem in the first round. So, but yeah, we could definitely go with some of those type of guys. Definitely stuff available for top 6 forwards and top 4 defensemen. So anyways, let's get to the draft. Hopefully we can find some nice pieces to replace our older veterans like Sakic and stuff down the road, because Sakic is probably going to be retiring after this next season. Same with Patrick Waugh and all those guys, because they still haven't retired, surprisingly enough. Anyways, let's see the top 5 picks here in this draft. So the Boston Bruins take F. Rodin, 83 overall medium elite sniper. The Germans take Haller, left wing sniper. Interesting. Carolina takes McChesney, 76 two-way defenseman. Detroit takes Leighton, 79 offensive defenseman. That's actually a really nice pickup for Detroit, because they've lost a lot of big pieces like in the last few years. This guy's gonna be probably a really good like guy to win the Norris and stuff like that. Like maybe he's a future Nick Lidstrom, but he's more offensively minded and two-way. And then the final top 5 pick, Albert, 78 overall offensive defenseman, goes to St. Louis. So it's going to be interesting to see who turns out to be the better defenseman in terms of winning like Norris's between the two of these guys, because I would have assumed both of them are going to be winning Norris's within the next maybe 10 seasons, 5 seasons. Yeah, probably 5 seasons, maybe less even, maybe like 3 seasons. So anyways, let's sim to our pick and see what we get. We have the 27th pick, so we probably didn't get that guy. That gem. I don't even know who the gem was. Oh yeah, there was Petite. He was the gem. Medium elite sniper 62 we missed out on. And wait, did San Jose have 3 straight picks? Yeah, they did. That's actually weird. I've never seen that happen. That's kind of cool though. So San Jose is loading up for the future, I guess. It's interesting. Okay, so this guy could be medium elite, but I would really doubt it. Yeah, I don't really want to take a chance on that guy. Defensively, Gustavo Quick. He's a DFD though, and a power forward. You can't go wrong with a power forward, even if it's just a top 6 power forward, because usually those guys score a lot of goals, any type of power forward. So yeah, we're going to take Jackson Capaduca. He could be a pretty good replacement probably for Forsberg when Forsberg goes down. 64 overall as well, that's pretty decent. So he's going to take a couple of years to grow, but I'll take that. And then we also have another first round pick. I almost forgot about that because I forget what we did at the trade deadline last year. But we still have another pick, and we could still take this top 4 defenseman who was supposed to go around 28th to 25th. So he has dropped a couple spots. Yeah, we might as well take him. Gives us a defenseman to replace I don't even know if we have any older veteran defensemen though still left. I don't even remember. That guy was a 64 overall defensive defenseman, so not a bad pick. Might end up like an Adam Foote type of guy, I guess. Let's sim to our second round pick. See what we could get here at 58. There's not really much available anymore. I might auto sim the draft soon again. Yeah, I think I'm just going to auto-sim the draft now, from now on again. Let's just do that, because not that I want this episode to go by really quickly, it's just I want to kind of get right to the offseason and stuff. So Yonkman, so that guy I think was a decent pick if I remember correctly when we were just looking. There's also Salonen, Jaskalainen, Tamara, Pitten, Olsen, Mikulski, and Roloff. Hopefully that's a Sven Mikulski or yeah, I think it's Sven Mikulski. If that guy's name is Sven Mikulski, that's the same name I believe as our Canucks guy that we had way back in NHL 17. If you guys watched that series. That was a lot of fun, that series actually as well. So hopefully that guy has the same name. It'd be kind of cool to have somebody with that name, even if it is a guy that just plays in the AHL. So our only skill we got to get back is this Chartrand guy. So we'll do that. There you go, Vincent. Okay, so we do have a couple RFAs, Lenamonte, Raymond Galchenyuk. Okay, so not too bad. Wonder what UFAs we have. Probably a lot, because a lot of the older guys I think I signed to like 1-year contracts. So Galchenyuk is growing pretty nicely. He doesn't want that much money either. So, oh yeah, he did just come off a pretty good season, but we'll give him 2 years at $2 million. That's a pretty good steal. I would give him longer term, but I'll just give him 2 years for now. And then Amari Roach is still kind of busting out a bit. So, but we'll still give him anyways just over $1 million for 2 years. And then he might be trade bait down the road because we probably need a better top 6 defenseman in the 77. But then again, this build is different than most builds. So, Flynn, you're going to come back for the AHL 650. Wow. I'm not used to players wanting that little amount of money, but with this build, I guess a lot of players are wanting only minimum, which is 650. Lenamonte, our backup, yeah, we could give you 2 years as well. And we're going to give you 1450. And then in terms of our unsigned guys, I don't know if I want to sign anybody. Where did Capaduca play? The United States. He could jump to the AHL right away. So yeah, we're going to do that at least. We're going to sign Capaduca. See what he does down there in the minors. Was Quick an American as well? Yeah, he was. You know what? Let's sign both of those guys. See how both of them play in the minors. Even though they're only 60s, those guys could probably grow pretty good after 1 year or 2 years. Goaltender. So Mikulski was a goaltender, and his name is Spike Mikulski. That's actually a pretty sick name. He's a medium starter. Interesting. So that's actually not that bad to pick up another goalie prospect. And Tamara is also a goalie prospect. So those guys could be trade bait because I think we have a franchise goalie still. Right? We have Carter in net, and we also have Hines. So we probably won't need those guys that much. But interesting nonetheless. Oh shit, that's why we didn't sign Amante. Right? We have Hines still. So Amante would be playing in the minors. So I might sign and trade him pretty much. Even though that's kind of dumb to do that. Patrick Wall, you're going to be playing in the minors, hopefully. If he doesn't want to re-sign with us, he might just sit in free agency this entire season. Okay, so who do we want to bring back? So Zubov, I want to definitely bring back, even though he doesn't want to come back, I think it said. We'll give him 2 years, and we'll give him 6. It's a lot of money, but we have unlimited caps, so might as well take advantage of that to sign some of these guys. McArdle, I wouldn't mind bringing back, I think. 1 year. And we'll give you 3.4. Just a little bit more than that. There you go. And then Joe Sakic, you definitely need to come back and retire with this organization. Because I'm not letting you go to another team. It'd just be weird seeing you in a different uniform. Other than the Quebec Nordiques uniform, I guess you could say. Ulanov was a good signing last year. I might bring him back again. Yeah, I'm going to try and bring him back. He's young. So we'll give him a 1-year deal at 5.150. There you go. Sandis Ozolinsh, I might get rid of, actually. And same with Fleury, because both these guys, I don't know. Yeah, you know what, Fleury, we're going to give him a 2-way contract. He could play in the minors potentially this season. And then Ozolinsh, what does he want? How was Ozolinsh last season? He was a +9. He still had 34 points, so he's still pretty good in that certain sense. So I'm going to give him a 1-year contract. If I have too much players, we might just have to sign and trade some of these guys. which I'm fine with doing, even though that's kind of annoying to the player, I guess, to say, oh, look, you're re-signed, but then you're getting traded right away. It's like what happens in the NBA all the time. So, Zadorov, yeah, we could give you 1 year at 1.7. That's actually pretty cheap. Let's actually just advance a day so I can at least see who we have signed, and then we'll get the other guys in. Okay, so any rejections in there? Doesn't look like it so far. Oh, we did just get one of them. I think it was Ulanov. But I still wouldn't mind bringing him back. But I think there might be actually some guys in the minors that might want to take his spot. So, Zadorov was the one that rejected. So I guess he wants a bit more money. So Berglund, we're not going to sign you. Kuhlman, no, we're not going to sign you. Little doesn't want to come back even though he's in the AHL. And Jokela, you're going to get re-signed as well, 3 years, $925, or you're going to get a contract, I guess. Oh yeah, DiPietro, this guy's going to be ready soon, like maybe within a season. Can't wait till that guy comes over. Barkov, release you for the minors. Regula, we're going to release you for the minors. And then Zadorov, I want you to come back. He doesn't want to actually come back, which is kind of surprising, but I'll give him 1 year, even though he has underproduced in the past. Just a bit more than that. And Chris Drury, we probably still need. Let's take a look at what we have currently for centers. So we'd have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So Petrovic would be the 4th. Pierce, oh yeah, Pierce. Yeah, I'll bring back Drury, but I might just trade away. No, actually, wait a sec. 1, 2, 3, and 4 because Petrovic could be depth, but he is still a good player, so maybe I play him as a winger. Okay, yeah, I could sign Drury still, and why did I press back? That's what happens, I guess, when you record in the morning. Like when I was just recording my NBA episode, like I think it was a couple of days ago, like 2 days ago. I ended up releasing one of our best prospects, and then he had like re-entered the draft, and it was like the worst thing ever. Okay, so we'll give Drury 1 year at we'll give him 1 year at like 6.850, just $1 million more. And then let's see, is that everybody? Yeah, that would be everybody if we get them all. Okay, so let's advance the day, see if we get all those guys back. And then we will take a look at what we need. Yeah, we got them all. Okay. Sim 2 free agency now. We might not sign anything huge. We might sign maybe at the most a depth player. So, okay, let's take a look at our roster currently. Do we have too much forwards or anything? Because if we do, we might have to trade away somebody. Like Lenamonte might be dealt like for just a pick or something. Okay, so we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, as I was saying, and then Petrovic could play right wing potentially. Is his face-offs even good though? No, his face-offs aren't that good. Pierce is probably good at face-offs. He's the same. So yeah, Petrovic could play left wing potentially. Same with Forsberg. Well, Forsberg definitely is playing left wing. So yeah, Petrovic might end up being just a depth guy. Yeah, probably. And then also we're going to send down Fleury to the minors. We do have Finger Pozo who can make it as well. So we might have to move somebody out next season. Or at the start of next season. Okay, so yeah, we have way too much forwards currently at the moment. Defensively, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I might not want to use Amari Roach. Depends how he was last season. +7. And +13 the year before. Yeah, he's not much of a player at all. And he's got very low trade value, so yeah, well, we could use him as a depth defenseman potentially, and then we could sign a top 6 defenseman. But yeah, I like that Ross Carter's up to a high franchise. Great player, and he's on a steal of a contract technically too. 5 years at $9 million for a 95. It's pretty decent. Okay, so yeah, I think we do need to trade away Amonte though, because we aren't going to be using him unless we want him to play in the minors. But I would rather Patrick Waugh be the starter down there technically. But you know what? Actually, we could just use both these guys down there. But if I trade away Amonte, he's got good trade value. I could just trade for a pick. Yeah, I'm going to try and trade Atlanta Monte. It's nothing against him. It's just I don't want him to be the starter in the minors right now. It doesn't make really much sense. We want to trade him to an Eastern team. Let's trade him to Buffalo potentially. Yeah, Buffalo could use him as a backup, so this makes sense. And they do want to give up some picks, so would you guys give me your own 3rd round pick for this upcoming season? Actually, there's a lot more trade value than that, so I might be able to take a first. First for a backup goalie would be pretty nice. That might not go through, so what if we throw in... We have a 2nd from Czech Republic this coming season. Czech Republic's going to be a good team, but I don't want to give up that 2nd, really. Let's throw in a 3rd rounder. So it's basically we're moving up 2 rounds and giving them Lenamonte. It's rejected. I could give him up my 2nd. Yeah, I'm going to do that just because it gives us an extra 1st, and I don't know how good Buffalo is going to be. So, there you go. Successful trade. Good luck, Amonte in Buffalo. Hopefully he has a good season over there for them. Okay, so let's see. We're going to sign as top 6 defenseman because I think I'm just going to use Roach as a depth defender this coming season. So let's go to free agents. Find that top 6 defenseman. And see, holy crap. Oh, this guy was an elite player that jumped up to a franchise player, but he's not really a franchise player, I don't think. He was with the Czech Republic, and he's still young. And Henrik Sedin's a free agent. Huh. Interesting. There's a lot of good young players available in this one. I'm not going to sign any of them because I just find it cheap when you're signing a lot of good young free agents all the time. But let's see, top 6 defensemen. Who do we got here? Nolan Pratt, he did play for Colorado for a short time. Hadfield, 79. Maybe this Lottie guy, he's only 81, and he's 27. 87 defensive awareness, I like a lot. So yeah, let's give this guy a contract. He actually has a lot of offers, it looks like. Ottawa, LA, and the Czech Republic, but we're gonna come through with it probably just because we've won a couple championships recently, and we are giving him a lot of money. So, yeah, Laddie's going to be probably our top 6 defenseman for next season, and that's all we're going to do for signings. So let's sim to next season, see if we get him. No, I'm not trading Okposo. I might have to trade some players at the start of the next episode, though. So there you go, Lottie is now in Colorado, so I'm going to sim up to next season, and we're going to check out our lines. Okay guys, so here is our lines for the 2028-29 season. So we are going to have to probably make a trade to start next episode because these guys are all 4th liners, and you could probably tell there's one player missing, and that player is Ralph Culp, because I would rather play those youngsters, and Culp is listed as a 3rd line checking forward, and yeah, he's just not fitting really super well on this team. Like, he's had 28-point seasons, and he's just not been a really good 1st round pick. He's mostly minus every season, except for 2 of the seasons he's played. And then he also puts up a lot of penalty minutes, so he's going to be probably dealt, because we can't use him as a depth player. He did have a very good playoffs the last few years, shooting really well. Like, his shooting percentage, I think, is better in the playoffs than it is during the regular season, which is kind of ridiculous. It's kind of close, actually. So yeah, Ralph Culp is going to be probably dealt. Maybe even we could do it in this episode. No, we're going to do it next episode. And then Roach and Petrovic will be our depth guys. Maybe we could call up Fleury, who's down in the minors, to replace Culp once we get rid of Culp. But yeah, anyways, let's take a look at our lineup. So we got Forsberg, Drury, and Keefe. Gerbeshkov, Sakic still there, even though he, I think, is the 4th liner, 3rd line scoring forward. Yeah, he's dropping off a lot. And then we got Zubov. 3rd line, we got McArdle, Zadorov, and Galchenyuk. Galchenyuk is actually listed still as a 3rd line checking forward, so he's still going to play on the 3rd line. And then the 4th line is the new young line. You got Hunter Finger, Bryant Pierce, and Gavin Okposo, so I'm excited to see how those 3 play out. Defensively, we got Strudwick and Darmour, Ulnov and Henry, and an Ozolinch and Laddie. So Ozolinch dropped off to a top 6 defenseman, and Laddie, apparently he's a top 4 defenseman, so he's not playing in his role, which is kind of annoying. But we should be able to give this guy some good penalty kill minutes, and he'll be fine with his ice time, even though I don't think we have Morale on, actually. And then Ross Carter and Hines are their goalies. Hines is also an elite goalie right now at an 85, which is weird. So, yeah, he might complain about ice time a bit. So, well, he would complain about ice time if there was morale. So, I don't know what we do with him. We might just keep him as our backup and then trade him away eventually, because I'd rather keep Ross Carter out of the two of them. And then, yeah, that's pretty much that. So that's that, and then the AHL looks pretty stacked. We do have some good young guys, and then Fleury's going to be playing on the top line there if we don't call him up, which we might end up doing. But yeah, it's pretty stacked down there in terms of 70s, and then Capaduca, who we just drafted, is going to be also playing down there. So it's going to be good to see how he plays out. DiPietro is up to a 73. He's our best defensive prospect. And then Patrick Wall is down to a 75, and he's going to be playing down there. He's a minor backup goalie, which I've never seen before. Interesting. And I guess some computers signed us Hutton. We should actually have to put... Yeah, these guys, some of them need to be put in the lineup, actually. Yeah, just Quick and Kavanagh. So, Kavanagh in over Lambert, or whatever this guy is. There we go, and then Quick, who we just drafted. Lokdyanov's a bust. He's definitely not going to reach that elite potential, so maybe we flip him away in the Culp deal. And then Quick, you could play here. There you go. Okay, so anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Colorado Avalanche franchise mode. So in next episode, we will take it to the 2028-29 season, where we're going to start it off with a trade getting rid of Ralph Culp, but we are hopefully going to have a pretty competitive season because we have a good mix of like veteran players and good young guys that have just jumped into the lineup. So anyways, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time.